instruments and in risk management, particularly the risk management models, were based on a false understanding of how financial markets operate. And that is at the core of the severity of the current crisis.
Okay. Let's take two more questions.
So this question is about the role of science in this new paradigm. This summer at the Santa Fe Institute of Complexity Science, you called for gathering all these many fields of science to integrate what we think of the market as a complex system. For example, we know that evolutionary biology plays a part in financial markets. We know that physics phase transitions just plays into market returns. On a larger note, how do you think complexity science will play into the restructuring of classical economic theory? And how do you think the best way to go about that restructuring would be?
Well, that is another borderline issue that I think needs to be explored in connection with reflexivity, because there's clearly an affinity between evolutionary biology, evolutionary systems theory, and reflexivity. What exactly is that affinity? I think that reflexivity is one particular form of evolutionary systems because they are human systems with thinking participants. But there are similarities with formation of cities or formation of anthills or whatever. So exactly what one of the troubling aspects of my theory is that I draw a sharp line separating natural phenomena from human phenomena. And that sharp line somehow doesn't seem to agree with nature. In other words, it's something that is imposed by my interpretation of reality, not reality itself. And that's one of the issues that I would like to explore, and that's why I went there to discuss it.
Mr. Soros, I agree very much with your analysis of the cultural and ideological roots of this crisis. What worries me is that a lot of economists formed, educated in market fundamentalism, work in the international institutions and will manage the crisis. To this aspect, I wonder whether you have some suggestions on how we should teach economics from now onwards to avoid that our economists continue to look at the real world on the basis of models that do not take into account real behavior.
Yes. No, that's what I hope. That, as I say, I hope that the paradigm will actually become a paradigm, that somehow it will be incorporated in the teaching of economics. I mean, that goes beyond my powers, and it does require other people absorbing the theory and rethinking the models that they are using, and either developing new models or making allowance for the uncertainty connected with reflexivity.
On that note, you can take some courses in the econ department. It will work. Anyway, so let me thank Mr. Soros for an incredibly interesting conversation.